We've been part of this church for 35 years. When we first came here in 1985, we got saved in 1979, 5 years prior, and we were spiritually hungry. Came to a special service here. I still remember that service even. It was a missionary service. Hearing people's lives being changed by the gospel. I mean, the old nature dies and the new nature comes alive in us, and the way we live changes. And I didn't hear those kind of testimonies before. And the first time coming here that Sunday morning, we felt we wanted to make this our church home.
Right. I think it's helped us to know how to serve God. Our service within the community, the church has taught us to do that and, trained us in the Bible. In
the past 5 years, my wife and I have found just a passion to serve this church and serve the people of this church in Celebrate Recovery. Cindy and I both retired 4 years ago, and we were both looking for a place to serve. We felt kind of lost for a while as retirees. We were challenged by another leader in the CR ministry to come alongside and see what CR is about. Myself, I'm a former alcoholic as well, and my family had a lot of issues with alcohol. I knew the damages that drunkenness brought upon families. We found this place to be a great place of service for us. We identify with the people who struggle with addiction, and I was excited to see the recovery of so many men and women.
Yes.
Learning to trust in Jesus to be their power and not a bottle or some other substance.
I feel like ministering to the women in Celebrate Recovery really is, I would term it as a passion that I have. It's hard. It can be very hard at times, stressful, but I just love it. I love seeing one of them come to the Lord, change their life, change their family's life.
It encourages us to look into our lives and see why we are the person we are. Major hurts in the lives of so many people that cause them to become an addict, using a substance to bury the hurt or pain of their past. I start to identify those hurts and to share them with other human beings, to talk to God about them. Sometimes we didn't ask for forgiveness as well as far as our part, but it's not until you do those things that people really become set free. When I first got saved, I was drawing unemployment. I think I might have made $112, $110 a week. And other older Christians challenged us that the tithe belongs to God. So I remember still having a $10 or $11 tithe, and that seemed relatively easy. I'm glad God taught us to do that.
Yes.
That I wasn't making $1,000 a week. I think it might have been a bigger challenge to give God $100 out of my $1,000. But we've been doing this for 40 years now, and amazed at how God has provided for us.
God always provided, and I would never say that there was anything that we did without that we really needed.
But then we were also taught about missions, to give above and beyond the tithe. And that seemed again to stretch our faith, and we want more money again. But reaching the lost, I know part of giving of our time, talents, and treasures all these years have been part of that.
Yeah. I would say that for someone who is new to giving or just starting to learn about tithing and that, to try it and watch God provide for them, because we know in our lives that that's exactly what happened. Get on board and you'll be excited about it. As we look to the future, I'm really excited to see Marquette have a second North Iron and to be able to minister to the young people in the community.
Our legacy, we want to leave a real faith behind for our children and grandchildren above all.
Whether it's working at the church, working for Celebrate Recovery, or giving our finances to the church, that is the way God is challenging us to use things that we have to leave a legacy for our children.
So I'm Mike.
I'm Cindy.
And we're excited to see God's kingdom move forward.
From the UP to the world.